I remember I was in the Bahamas. I was in Abaco. I remember this so clearly. I was at the sink washing some dishes, and I started to think. I started to feel sorry for myself a little bit, and I was, comparing myself to so many of my classmates who were already married, and I remember so vividly the Holy Spirit stopped me right in my tracks and said, don't even finish that thought. Don't even finish that thought, because your journey is your journey. And that was so empowering for me. We're all human, and sometimes we fall for the okey doke of the enemy or of our own mind. But I was ready to compare myself with other people, and that's just not good. And there are several reasons why. One, people are letting you see what they're letting you see. And so you may see somebody who is married, and they may even be posting videos and hashtagging couples goals, or people may be posting couples goals to their videos, having no clue what is going on behind closed doors, having no clue that that wife may be totally miserable, feeling completely trapped. And here you are on the outside looking in and thinking, oh my gosh, when is that gonna be me? When if you knew the facts, you would be saying, God, please don't let that ever be me. I would rather be here right by myself, living my best life. That's the first thing. And then the next thing is, are you even ready for marriage? It is such a huge commitment. And, I say commitment because love is so much more than the fairy tale and the butterflies and the honeymoon phase where, you're still not sick of each other as yet. And I say sick of each other, but that doesn't mean you are going to call it quits. No, it just means that you're two different people, and you absolutely get tired, of sometimes dealing with things about the person, not the person you married, because that person is that person who you saw and met and got to know a little bit and made a decision that what they've shown you so far, you are willing to live with. So that person is not the enemy, although sometimes it may feel like, but that person is not the enemy. It's the same person, but there are some things that you may not like about the person. When you're single, you have to understand that these are not things that you may even be prepared to deal with as yet. Because maybe you haven't even really come into your own about who you are, about your own identity. And that is why when you are dating or courting or really getting to know somebody with marriage in mind as the shared or ultimate outcome, that is the time when, again, instead of focusing on those little fairy tale concepts, you need to be doing your best investigation at that time. You need to be conducting your best interviews, digging as best as you can into background and what exactly is this? Who are these people that I'm meshing myself with, my life with? Because the person you marry is not the only person you're going to quote unquote marry, right? And so here is your opportunity to, have discussions, hard discussions about everything in the book. And I do mean everything. I'm talking money. I'm talking sex. I'm talking raising children, religion, everything. So am I really a late bloomer? I am 49 years old, about to be 50. I just got married 13 years ago at the age of 36. Am I a late bloomer? Not for me, not for my own story, not at all. Because if I had gotten married, say when my sister got married at very early 20s, 21, 23, I don't know. But I don't even know that my marriage would have lasted. I don't know. Only God knows. But I'm saying that at the point when I did get married, good morning, sweet girl. At the point when I did get married, that was the time that was meant for me. Because by then, I was prepared in terms of, I'm prepared for marriage in terms of not really still being focused on the fairy tale, and because there is no perfect marriage. Why? Because a marriage is between two flawed, very much imperfect individuals. So there's no way there's a perfect marriage. Plus, one size cannot fit all, you know. So if you're and yeah, this is a shameless plug for my book. If you are single, you're not yet married, but you would love to be married, I would definitely recommend that book, because I started writing that book in, I think, 2004, when I was very much single, and I did not finish that book until 2024, I think, thereabout, and published it 2025, I believe. And that is why it's so special to me, because that book was for sure an assignment that God gave me. And even though I had stopped writing my journals for the book, but I knew the name and everything because God had given me the name. So although I had stopped writing the journals, it was always in my heart. And I knew that that was something I have to finish. And that's the thing about leaving a legacy. It doesn't matter how well that book does, and it has already done far above what I imagined. I've met people through that book. I've been able to counsel with single people. I've been able to have presentations on it. And I wouldn't doubt that the best is yet to come, because that's the thing about a legacy. It's a testimony of the life that you lived and the wealth of knowledge or experiences that you left even after you're gone, right? And so, yeah, if you are not married and want to get married, you have got to get off anybody else's timetable, even your own. Because I can tell you, marriage is not something that is to be rushed. And if we were to ask, if we were to just pass a microphone and ask, whew, I know it would blow our people's minds when they hear the things that people have dealt with that nobody knows about, right? So you're single? Oh my goodness. You have got to live. You have got to live. Do not sit around waiting for marriage to live. Find out who you are. Have an identity. Because even when you are married and you become one with your spouse, you still need to have you. You can't not have any foundation or any identity outside of that union. That is the easiest way for you to burn out and fall apart, you know? And so, yeah, I recommend my book. I talk about your identity. I talk about the importance of community, you know, so much more. I'll probably put a couple pictures at the end so that you can see the different chapters if you're not familiar. Yeah, but marriage, I think it's a beautiful thing. Having, for some, the one person who you know is truly your ride or die. Meaning, whatever it is that life throws your way, you know it's the two of you. You have somebody. You have somebody who cares about you. And it doesn't matter what others think about you. It doesn't matter whether you're up or down. Right now, they are with you. They are there for you and they don't plan on going anywhere. That's an awesome thing. Which brings me to my next point. If you can create and cultivate and nourish a friendship, first, one that, you know, with a friend, you're not married yet or anything, so you spend time with that person because you want to. You actually like that person. Let's toss love aside for a moment. You actually like that person. You respect that person. You admire that person. You laugh together. You have fun together. If you can cultivate that and then marry that same person, that's good. Because now, when your husband is not just your husband and you don't feel obligated just because you're legally joined, but you actually care about this person. Even if this person has made you upset, you like this person. This is your person. This is your friend. This is somebody you respect and admire. You are not going to treat this person just any kind of way because you're upset right now, because you're not even going to continue being upset, you know? But you have to be prepared to what's this brain called again? Perimenopause brain. You have to be prepared to weather all kinds of storms. Sometimes you and your spouse may have the pettiest disagreements ever. Are you gonna take every little thing personally? No. Are you going to start viewing that person as your enemy, that you no longer even want to do for them the things you used to do, the things that you know they appreciate you doing. You're just gonna stop. That's not good. Yeah. So live your best single life. Live your best single life. Don't be careless. It grieves my heart when I see some young women out there who they just have to be in a relationship. No matter if it's with a dog, a cat, or a rat. They just have to be in a relationship lest they die. Oh my gosh, that is so painful to watch when a young lady thinks she has to be in a relationship. And when it really breaks my heart is when I see how early it starts. It starts so early. Because remember, I teach teenagers, and it starts so early where these young people have no identity of their own. It stems sometimes from low confidence, low self-esteem, low or no self-esteem. And all they want is attention, and they will do anything to get attention from these young boys. And then before you know it, because they're not even prepared for these relationships, and then before you know it, they have a reputation and they've been passed, they're being passed around, or they've gone from Tom to Harry, oh my goodness, to John, to David, because they do not have any foundation of their own, because their self-worth is in somebody else telling them that they have worth. And sometimes these people, that's the saddest part, don't even treat them well. You know, sometimes it's just the optics, because this is the social media era. So it's just the optics. It's just being able to share, to lie behind those cameras, behind those pictures. Oh my goodness. It is a nightmare. And then no wonder these same young girls grow up to be young women, broken, disappointed, totally confused, still looking for love in a partner. Wow. Tough. So much more I could say, but I'm gonna stop for now. Wow, I really got into this talk today. It is 22 minutes. I have 8 more minutes. As always, I will come back before I get back home or when I get back home. Thank you for continuing to watch these videos. I think I'm up to 554 people. That is amazing. 550 subscribers. When I really started pushing, I think I was 480 maybe. I was like 483. I don't know, probably a little less than that. So I am very grateful. Thank you for being a part of this journey. I want to build an entire community. Almost 50 years old, so it could be around that age range, but we impact so many young people. I, for one, have several people who are much younger than I am, but we get along great, you know? So it doesn't matter your age, male, female, it really does not matter. I just want a space where people can be real, people can encourage one another, and just be empowered to live with hope, with faith, and to keep on pressing. But if you have not subscribed as yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and hit that subscription button. If you have not been sharing the videos, do your part, please, to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. By the time I go back to work in August, or by my 50th birthday, that would be an awesome birthday gift. By my 50th birthday, which will be, God spare my life, on February 1st, 2027. Okay, so share, comment, like. If you have not hit that all button for your notification bell, please do that. God bless you. Until next time. And the journey continues, guys. May 31st versus June 29th.